Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. Today is the second episode of our Mission Manchester United series. It's all about Football Manager 2017, and getting Manchester United back to the top of the Premier League table, as well as competing in the Champions League. I mean, obviously this season we're only in the Europa League, but it's all about restoring the club, seeing where we can do best, and in terms of competitions. As I mentioned in the last episode, the board expect us to go all out in all competitions, go as far as possible. So very high expectations, but we're doing okay so far. I mean, since that loss against Arsenal in the beginning of the season, the first game of the season, we played a number of games here. And as you can see, we haven't drawn at all season long. We went on a nice little winning streak here. Didn't really have to rotate my side. Some comfortable wins. We haven't really conceded much either. A couple of clean sheets. And then as soon as I had to rotate, it all went wrong. In the Europa League, we lost 4-3 to Vigo when we were ahead by 3 goals, if I'm not mistaken. And then we couldn't bounce back from that against the Bournemouth game. But fortunately, actually, rather than unfortunately, we managed to sort of bounce back after those 2 consecutive losses and win comfortably in these 2 games. I'm just going to quickly go through each game. So, if you haven't watched the last episode where we played against Arsenal, it's a really interesting game. You should definitely check it out. But after that, we bounced back perfectly, really. I mean, we scored 4 goals against Everton. I thought it would be a tough, tricky fixture. Instead, it proved to be an easy one. Juan Mata, Martial, Rooney and Depay all with the goals there. As you can see, generally throughout the team, just some great average ratings, really. We got a number of clear-cut chances, half chances. We made the most of them. Everton didn't, and it was a nice 4-0 win. The Southampton game after that, though, was a bit less comfortable. We went 1-0 up, and then it was 1-1, and then after that, we sort of just really killed off the game until Jose Fonte got the consolation goal for his team, really. But as you can see here, Mata with the double. He's been a crucial player for this season, and he's really enjoying his role in the advanced playmaker on attack duty. She's more than capable of doing, by the way. He's got some incredible attributes. Most of the crucial ones are nothing below 16. Really just his acceleration and pace, letting him down a little bit, but not too much, to be honest. It's just he's not slow by any means, but he's not fast by any means either. But yeah, really just a crucial player for us. So far, it's been 13 appearances. 8 goals and 4 assists, so really just outstanding average rating and performances so far. He's really enjoying that role. But yeah, and we just went onwards. 2-0 win against Middlesbrough, really over in the first half after Smalling and Martial got us our goals. Martial's really playing well for us as well. He's playing out on the left wing for us, and he's gotten himself 4 goals and 3 assists. Really great performances. Eventually we want to move him into the striker position, but up top now we've got Ibrahimovic and Rooney, so he's really not got much of a shot there, as well as Rashford. In truth, the ideal partnership will be Rashford and Martial up front eventually, and that will come too soon. Against OGC Nice, we played in the Europa Cup. We won our first opening game, which was great to win. A bit less comfortably. I mean, Mata did get us the crucial goal just at half-time, but Mkhitaryan sealed it for us late at the 88th minute. Even Mkhitaryan has been a decent player for us so far. He's got 1 goal, 4 assists, and performing quite well in the inside forward role in the attacking midfielder right position. He's much more suited to playing as a shadow striker, but he's doing a good job over there nonetheless. And that's just because Mata's been performing too well. I was thinking about actually streaming this Chelsea game here. It was a really crucial win because Chelsea were top of the league at the time. But we did manage to get a really nice 2-1 win. They actually scored the opening goal, but we managed to bounce back through Rooney and Cesar Azpilicueta own goal. But yeah, I decided not to do that just because of how close it was from the Arsenal game. I decided to carry on and actually show you the more crucial game, which is of today's episode, which is against Manchester City. Our rivals are really top rivals them and Liverpool. So I thought showing a City game would be great, and then I might actually live com the double header of Tottenham versus Liverpool. And then just quickly now, in the EFL Cup, we won against Warsaw 3-0, West Ham 2-1. Vigo was when it was a terrible performance. As you can see here, we scored a brace through Rooney and a goal through Mata, and we were 3-0 up, and then out of nowhere, they managed to get their 4 goals. And it was a terrible, terrible second half by the players. I did really get shouty at them, but unfortunately, they couldn't bounce back against Bournemouth either. A 1-0 surprise loss, a really, not a heavy loss in terms of goals, but rather a heavy loss in terms of the points, because we could have gone top, but we couldn't manage it. Instead, we managed to win against Crystal Palace, a comfortable 2-0 win, and then the Euro Cup as well. This one was a bit less comfortable, but they didn't really seem like they were challenging much, and we managed to get the win nonetheless. I mean, as you can see here, only one team got a clear-cut chance, and it actually went to them, but we managed to score nonetheless, and that's all that matters. And incidentally, we actually scored through Mata in that game. Anyways, today's game is going to be against Manchester City. In terms of who's going to be starting today's game, I'll actually just quickly show you here. So we've got De Gea in goal, Mario Fernandes, our new signing at right back, has been performing quite well so far, even managing to get an assist for himself. And we've got Bailey and Rojo in the centre-back positions. My ideal partnership is Bailey and Smalling, but Rojo's managed to force his way into the side a little bit. Smalling, I think he got tired recently. I'm not entirely sure about an injury. I don't think he actually did get an injury. No, he didn't get an injury. He was just tired. So Rojo stepped in, and since then he's been doing quite well. So, you know, if a player performs well, you give him a chance. Daley Blind as well, managing to force himself into the side too, even though Shaw's normally there. And the main ones really are Carrick and Schweinsteiger, who both forced their way into the side after Paul Pogba got a little tired after a run of games, as well as Herrera being suspended after collecting 5 yellow cards. He's not suspended for today's game, but I've decided to try and see what my backup centre mids can do. Whether Carrick and Schweinsteiger's experience will help us against today's game, we'll see. This decision might backfire because clearly Herrera and Pogba are better midfielders. But we'll see how the game goes. I've decided to give them a chance, see if they're actually, because of their age, whether they're finished off or whether they still have something to give towards the team. Mkhitaryan carrying on in that advanced, right wing position there. He's playing well, so we'll carry on with him. Mata as well as Marshall will be starting for us today. And Rooney's managed to force his way into our side, getting 8 goals in 11 starts and 2 subs appearances. He's actually been performing pretty well. The last 5 games he's managed to get 3 goals. Sometimes he performs badly, as you can see here, as a 6.4 rating, but he manages to live off other ratings where he gets 2 goals, such as this one, 8.8. And a couple of bad performances here, but he actually got a goal here, another 6.5 here. So he's been a bit inconsistent for us so far, and it doesn't say that he's inconsistent in his cons, but hopefully he'll become a bit more consistent. He forced his way into the side just because Ibrahimovic, as you can tell here, isn't really fit, and the reason being is that he actually sustained an injury, a calf strain that kept him out for 3 weeks. So Rooney has been our go-to man so far, but normally Ibrahimovic would be there. As you can tell, he's actually a much better player than Rooney. Rooney really our weakest. I don't think you could say weakest, but he's got the least ability in this striker position. And in terms of, we've actually had a couple of staff changes. I just want to quickly show you. I got a new head of youth development, Dave Parnaby, who's really the perfect head of youth development. He's English, which really helps. And he's got great judging ability and potential, as well as working with youngsters. So he's perfect. I couldn't keep on Nicky Butt just because Nicky Butt didn't have great stats or attributes for the role. I've also brought in Terry McDormand as my assistant manager. He's always my go-to assistant manager whenever I'm trying to hire someone new. He's English as well, got great stats for the role, and most importantly for me is his tactical knowledge. So he's going to be taking care of our opposition instructions now. But previously, my other assistant manager, while he was decent in these attributes, he didn't really have much tactical knowledge, so I decided to get rid of him, bring in an Englishman to an English club, and see how my staff performs there. Anyways, let's get into today's game. I'll just quickly show you the Premier Division so you can see what's at stake. So we're actually the last team, one of the last teams to play. Chelsea will be playing as well. But yeah, if we win today's game, we'll be climbing up the table a little bit, as well as putting some distance between us and Manchester City. So if we win today's game, we'll be 6 points clear of them. If we lose, they'll actually be on points with us, and we've got Liverpool chasing us there, but they actually played their game already. And we're one of the few teams to have not drawn our games so far. And really, we've just been climbing up the table since that loss against Arsenal. But Arsenal have managed to hold on to that top spot position. And yeah, let's get into today's game. Hopefully, it will result in a win for us. We're at home. The expectations are on us for winning. But the odds are apparently in Manchester City's favour. Even though the betting expert, I guess, says that he fancies Manchester United. But yeah, I mean, Sergio Aguero scoring 10 goals in 12 games, looking quite dangerous against us. And Pep's going with a 4-3-3 here. A really stunning team, to be honest. You've got Sané, Aguero, Sterling up front. They're going to be really pacey. They're going to be getting in behind us all the time. I might actually have to play as a deep line just to deal with this, but we'll see how the game goes. De Bruyne in centre mid as well as Gundogan and Fernandinho. So really tough team. And you can see just how my assistant manager deals with such a tough team. He's got Aguero always on tight marking. He's got quite a number of the team tackling them on hard, closing down a couple of players such as De Bruyne, who will be their playmaker, and he's showing a couple of them on the weaker foot as well. Anyways, since our morale's good and we're expected to win this game, I'm just going to go and tell my players that they are expected to win this game. Crucial game for us. Mata and Rooney are top scorers so far in the division. Just going to quickly change so you guys can see the replays properly. Normally I don't actually watch my replays, but just for the live comms we'll show you. We're going to keep an eye on their formation. I'm guessing if we go up, they might actually change their formation. But yeah, the first highlight seems to go their way, but Schweinsteiger dealing well with the corner, but he's not really clearing it. He's holding onto the ball, and he managed to give it away. And for some reason, Rooney moved away from the ball rather than trying to go to it in a position where he was holding onto the ball. Aguero bringing the ball forward here. He's always dangerous. Plays it to Sterling. Sterling finds Fernandinho, who finds Gundogan, and then he plays it through to Sané. And that was exactly what I was talking about in terms of them getting behind us. We might actually have to play a deeper line just to deal with them. But yeah, not the greatest of starts. So I'm going to have another set piece here. And they look incredibly dangerous. They've had one clear-cut chance and one half chance. And we're the home team. And it's only been 10 minutes, but they've managed 4 shots. So hopefully my players can sort of bounce back from these highlights. And Bailly has gotten a knock for us. Potential foot injury. And this is not pleasing by any means at all. But Smalling is match fit. So he should come into the side and do well. Got a bit of pace himself as well. So he should be able to deal with the front three that are playing here, Aguero, Sterling and Sané. But really, not pleasing performance by my players at all. I mean, almost 30 minutes here and we haven't had a single shot. And Blinds managed to get himself a booking there. I think for the second half, we'll switch into a control mode, try and control the game, push my players up a bit. Rooney having a terrible game as well. So yeah, I'll just tell them off a little bit. And it looks like we have 2 yellow cards in my back 4, and that is not pleasing by any means. I'm going to quickly tell my players off because they really haven't stepped up for today's game at all. It's almost like as if they don't care, you know. But we'll quickly change to control, see how that helps us. Hopefully, when you play on control, when the line gets pushed, the defensive line gets pushed up a bit, you know, City won't expose that. Hopefully, but we'll see. We do need to press on, so. You know, we're the home side, but we're playing like an away team, and it looks like it's going to be set to continue. We might be better off playing on the counter, really, but I'm going to try and get us to play well on control. And 60 minutes here, so it looks like I'm going to have to make a bit of a change. Schweinsteiger's incredibly tired, so we'll bring on Pogba, who's, you know, a game changer anyways. And then I might actually take off Martial for Rashford or Rooney for Ibra, but for now we'll just keep that one change, see what will happen, tell him we think he can make the difference. And I think City will be playing with a high line, so I'm tempted to pass the ball into space. But really, let's just keep it as is for now, see what happens in the next 10 minutes or so. Might have to make some subs, might have to adjust some tactics, and Smalling looks like he's going to get a yellow card as well, so really tough. But we've got the ball forward here. Pogba plays Rooney through, who scores. An instant reply from our players in terms of the subs, and Pogba assisting wonderfully there. We'll get a chance to look at this goal here. I think the goalkeeper Might have been expected to deal with the ball there a bit better. Um, but yeah, we'll get a better chance to see this in 3D. I'm just glad we scored. I mean, I shouldn't really be complaining that the keepers conceded a soft one, but yeah. Sorry about the wait. For some reason, it's taking a bit longer than usual. Um, but yeah, we've got the lead now. I'm tempted to go onto the counter for the last half an hour or so, but we're on the front foot now, and it doesn't make sense to really. But yeah, great through ball from Pogba, and really does well to score from a tight angle there. And Bravo really, I think, should be pushing that out of the way rather than into the goal. But we'll keep it on control for now. See if we need to make any more changes. See, I kept Rooney on, even though I was thinking about taking him off for Ibra, and thankfully that paid off. Um, I'll bring on Rashford for Marshall and see what happens. But really, we're playing a dangerous game with all these yellow cards in the back. I'm hoping no one gets sent off, and I'm hoping they keep their discipline. Carrick's really tired as well, showing his age there. But we're getting into the last 10 minutes, so I think I'll just tell my players to hold off a little bit on the attacking. So we'll just quickly change the duties so that it suits, our play of trying to hold on to the lead a little bit. And it looks like City might actually have a chance here. They're holding on to the ball there. Bravo incredibly high out from his goalkeeping position, and City are having a bit of nice play here, and they've managed to score. So it looks like going a little bit defensively has backfired on us, and so I'm just going to have to change that back now because we do need the win. Switch everyone around to more attacking duties, even more so than before, just because we want to score a late winner here. Can't afford just to draw. Even though draw wouldn't be terrible, this is still the opening, part of the season, or opening quarter of the season. But yeah, really, it's just been someone missed an interception here, and that's, yeah, just terrible defending really from both our centre back and our right back. Should be getting tighter to Aguero, who's already marked tightly, but he still manages to score a goal, and he's gone on a winning run. And straight away the highlight goes towards us. Hopefully they don't win the ball back, and I'm hoping we score straight away from the centre circle. Rooney plays Mkhitaryan in, who finds Pogba. Pogba finds Fernandes, who finds Rooney, who finds Mata, and that's an incredible goal, but I feel like it's a bit offside. I'm not entirely sure. Rooney did look offside, and the City players are complaining, but thankfully it hasn't been considered offside. Fernandes was definitely on. It's just Rooney who I thought was off, but he does incredibly well there to just head it down to Mata. Strangely enough, he doesn't try and go for the head himself, but either way, it works out for us. And now we'll just do what we've done before, but we'll do something a bit better and just go into counter mode. I think the control bit last time is what really exposed us. But yeah, we just need to sort ourselves out here, hold on to the lead for the last couple of minutes. I'm not really a fan of doing this, but sometimes you just have to do it when you're playing against top teams. When you're playing against other teams who you expected to dominate properly, then you can afford to do it. But with top teams, you just really can't afford to continue doing that. We're going to contain for the last couple of minutes now. There's only a whole back four has gotten yellow cards now. There's only 2 minutes of the game left, and it looks like it's going to end 2-1 to us, and it does. And that was an incredible, crucial win. And we're doing really well against the top sides such as City and Chelsea, and really just lost against Arsenal, a game where we underperformed rather than lost to a better team. Really, we could have won that game if we did perform. And yeah, just a great win. That sends us, I think, it keeps us in fourth. Oh, I guess it's the goal difference. That's why Tottenham and Arsenal are above us. But really, that's great because now we're just 3 points behind the top spot. And we've beaten Chelsea before, so I'd back us to beat them again. And in terms of the Euro Cup, we're in second position in 6 points. If we beat Vigo, we'll go clear. I'm not really worried about this at all. I'm quite sure we'll definitely get through, even if it's just through the second spot. It looks like my players aren't really bothered about this competition, which is why they lost against Vigo, even though they were 3-0 up. In terms of when we'll be back, as I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, I might do a double header of Tottenham versus and Liverpool, considering the positions they're in the league. Liverpool are just under us, and Tottenham are just above us as well. So it might be a nice sort of double header to do. But if not, we might do the game against Arsenal, where we can get our revenge away from home. Actually, I think we're in home this time. We were away from home in the first fixture. So yeah, maybe we'll get our revenge in front of our own fans. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Depends on how the season goes, really. Still a couple of games between here and there. I mean, I'm not really a fan of doing another video just a couple of games after this, but it does seem a bit like a crucial sort of time for us during the season. But there is a more crucial time of the season for us, which is towards the end in March, where we play Tottenham, City, and Liverpool, all 3 games right after each other. So yeah, it's not a pleasant ending to our season there, but yeah. Anyways, that'll be all for today. If you enjoyed this video, as always, hit the the like button and subscribe button. Leave a comment in the in the comment section below as well, and that'll be all. Thank you guys.